All right. Welcome in, compadres. It's a terrific Monday night. And I don't want to cause any physical harm to the people you see on screen. They are here of their own free will and accord. They have not been threatened in any way, shape, or form. I promise. Don't you make those faces at me, Oni. You're the closest.
I was
You're the
rubbing
first.
my eyeball. I had an eyelash in there.
You're the first.
I feel like I don't believe Oni.
I don't either. He's trying to blink
I
in
got-
Morse code. Anyway,
I got long eyelashes.
Oni, tell the people what you're trying to say by blinking in Morse code.
Well, I can say that I'm finally back, even though I've literally been here in existence, but I'm back. So,
Don't call it a comeback.
I'm doing stuff now. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming.
Back. Tell a friend.
Yeah, back to streaming, back to doing Oni shit. And to kick it off, since it's October, after this that we're doing here, I'm gonna be doing a dungeon crawl and chill horror themed stream.
Oh,
You know, off with one of my favorites, Baroque.
hey, I own that.
Baroque Fanziques.
No.
It's a PS2 game. Atlas, I think. Is it Atlas or Nice?
It's at Atlas handled the remake, yeah, but I'm gonna be playing the original version.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of original versions, don't get the one on Wish. You're not going to be happy with what shows up. It's Lania.
It's likely defective, but there are a few versions of me out there that are unlicensed. Honestly, I'm Lania. I am not a computer, but I play one on Twitch.tv. I will occasionally stream things, and the next thing I am intending to stream is Yakuza Like a Dragon, because Kios inspired me. He's
a good
inspiring
game.
like that.
It was
is
also
a good-
$11.
It was also $11. I am really, really excited though, for Infinite Wealth. So like, it would be a good idea to know what the hell I'm getting into. And Like a Dragon, from what I understand, is a very good entry point.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of entry points and having their favorite toy coincidentally be a rabbit, it's Shy.
I mean,
Listen.
is he
Billy.
wrong though? Is he wrong though?
I take the fifth.
Sure, he takes something.
Oh, damn.
Apparently 5 of them.
Wow. With enough
hi,
patience.
I've trained her well.
Hi, I'm Shy. I am a ninja girl, and apparently tonight's the joke, but
No, you not.
you can usually find me playing things like Stardew Valley, Final Fantasy XIV, which I know that more than one of us is currently waiting and checking Lodestone and wondering if it is up yet. It is not. And definitely other things coming up, and you can always catch me opposite Lon when she streams. We have a lot of fun.
The only person I know with more computer troubles than me, generally, it's Chris Rees.
That's true. Although it's been behaving recently. I Oh, you were there, but I played Starfield for like
You did.
4 hours without crashing. It was unbelievable.
It was awe-inspiring, really.
You didn't even have to see the Comic Sans error message.
Thankfully. I probably would have murdered somebody if I had to.
What,
I
for
was
the Comic
picturing-
Sans or the error message?
Comic Sans.
Yeah, I have an error message that when my video feed dies from the gaming PC, that's in Comic Sans specifically to piss off gamers.
I love that.
I don't know, I thought it was a really good idea. Kyo doesn't. I don't know why.
Comic Sans is an incredibly readable font.
It is. Maybe it's because they did it specifically to annoy him. Hi, my name is Chris Rees. I lead the raid group Blitz in Final Fantasy XIV. I am one of the people waiting for the servers to come back up. But if it doesn't happen fairly soon, I also do all sorts of retro RPG long plays. And that's it.
Sharky will not be gracing us with his wonderful presence tonight, as he is laid up sick, but occasionally he does stream some speed runs. Me, I'm Kios. Here's a big old ball of links. Check them out. Shall we depart?
Aw, shit.
Yeah. Sorry you left that before we started.
Well, for a brief moment, I believed it. That Susie and I were half-sisters, I mean.
Oh.
Everyone is so shocked.
Iris, what do you mean?
Yes, I know now. I overheard yesterday. I secretly listened into the conversation you had after I tricked you all into thinking I'd left.
You didn't trick shit.
What?
Didn't trick shit. Did trick Sholmes.
The misunderstanding arose because of that autopsy report from 10 years ago. But actually, it turned out that neither Dr. Wilson nor Professor Mikatoba are Iris's father.
Yes, about that, Iris. You know,
Oh no, she's Sholmes' kid.
Oh, God, no. Who would have sex with that man?
God damn.
What, you mean the guy that's gonna get up halfway, like, when you're, like, halfway there and then just, like, go get milk? Or, like, decide that now's a tremendous time to tune the fucking piano?
Just middle of sex, he's deciding to do deductions.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like cocaine.
You can't tell me at the moment.
Ooh, Iris.
The pheasant is by way of an apology. I'm sorry for eavesdropping.
Are you?
No,
Cunt.
She learned it watching you, Dadlock.
Oh shit! All right, right.
Oh.
Who's doing Sharky's?
Shai had
can-
Mikatoba last time Sharky was out.
Oh, No, that's quite all right.
And why don't I get any apologetic pheasant?
So, just who is Iris's father? I suppose that's not something we'll be finding out today. Oh well. Nah, you ain't got a dad.
So then, let us dine, while our largely pheasantless plates are still piping hot.
A fine idea, Sholmes. It all looks absolutely delicious.
Eat as much as you like. There are always seconds.
This could be our last chance to ask questions before tomorrow's trial. About that telegram from Japan, and about Kazuma. I can't let this opportunity slip away. I mean, you can. Why this man looking like he hiding a turd he did in the corner of the couch? Yeah, what up, Azira?
Oh man. Yo, he's already dead.
Oh, that's it. I can only examine things. That's it. Oh, Jesus fuck. Mr. Sholmes? What are you doing?
Surely it's abundantly clear. I'm trying not to shit.
Too late. He pooed.
I wasn't brooding over Mikotoba's refusal to share his pheasant with me. Nevertheless,
I get stank-eyed because I eye in the cookies and donut holes.
I felt the need to withdraw from the social circle for a while and look on with hungry eyes.
Cat behavior? That'd be me. Ha ha.
Sorry, Early, but I cooked that pheasant especially for Susie's daddy.
Even though I've played the role of a father to you for far longer,
Mr. Sholmes? I don't think anyone would have sex with you.
certainly, my dear fellow, I find myself quite in the mood for a spell of conversation.
You're trying to take that home, Oni?
No?
That's what I thought.
No doubt, you're hungry to learn more of my deep love of game.
God, please no. I can probably contain my curiosity on that one.
You needn't look at me in that fashion.
In what fashion?
It seems that before we discuss the pheasant, we have some rather unpheasant matters to discuss. Get it?
I'm gonna go, get up, and get my gun. You have until the time I get back to start running. Ready? Go. Can I present, like, a cast iron skillet to him? Anally? So, what was in the telegram you received back from Japan then?
Ah, this. I thank my lucky stars it arrived in time. Record found as indicated. Duplicate follows. A. Asogi, A. Shin, T. Gregson, J. Wilson.
Huh? Those 4 names. We've come across that exact same list before. They came up in that unforgettable case last spring. What appeared to be a simple case of aggravated murder turned out to be masking a monumental intrigue. A plot that involved the sale of British governmental secrets to foreign states. In exposing the means by which those secrets were being leaked, we deciphered a fragment of a message. K. Asogi, A. Shen, T. Gregson, J. Wilson. As we have cookies. But we didn't find the names out until the case was over, and we never did get to the bottom of what they meant. All we knew was that the information had been sent by somebody in the British government to somebody in Japan. So, why are the names coming up again now?
All right. Yes,
be
where
you.
did the sender of your telegram discover that, Mr. Shaw?
I have here the message I had wired yesterday. Allow me to read it to you.
No thanks, I can read myself, thanks.
Enter Judge Jigoku's office undetected and investigate telegram records. Expect to find communication from Britain dated 1 year ago.
Oh, see you, Chrissy. Welcome back.
List of 4 names. Need by tomorrow. Naruhodo.
I sent it to a detective I know who specializes in clandestine missions of this nature.
You asked Inspector Hosonaga that I'm undertaking such an enormous task for him?
He's still alive.
And in my name? I wonder what guys he opted for this time.
My dear fellows, it was a matter of great urgency. You understand?
Anyway, a list of names was found in Seishiro's office, as Sholmes predicted.
So you mean that mysterious collection of names that was sent from Britain to Japan was...
It was sent to Judge Jigoku. He was the intended recipient.
I don't believe it.
But that doesn't answer the question of what the list of the names actually signifies.
Hmm.
I did formulate a hypothesis about that.
No.
But without a shred of evidence, I couldn't possibly have shared it.
Mr. Sholmes? Looks deadly serious for once. Away, I got a telegram. That tragedy we had to go through on the SS Buria? It was all for nothing. Cosmo wasn't dead at all. He just wanted to slut it up around the UK. We were completely taken in by the lie you told us. Your great detective's lie. Don't fucking smirk at me.
I took no pleasure in deceiving you.
That is such a lie.
Yeah, you're right.
that is the least believable line of this game. Good night, Luna.
However, at the time, All that concerned me was preventing the young man's study tour from taking place, whatever the cost.
What?
I capitalized on the events that transpired to see that he was sent back to Japan.
His remains, you mean?
Precisely, Miss Susato. And then I made sure that somebody else was sent to Britain in his stead.
Oh my, you mean?
The arrangement between our two countries was already in place. One university student, lawyer, and one judicial assistant to be accommodated on a study tour. In other words, by arranging for someone else to fill the place originally intended for Mr. Asogi, I would successfully prevent the man from arriving on our shores for several years at least.
Wait, do you mean to say that it was all in aid of stopping Kazuma coming to Britain? That's why.
Think back, Mr. Naruto. Was it not somebody who quite casually urged you to continue on your voyage to England?
Hey, Lon.
Okay. The terms of this study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. In the light of Mr. Asoki's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead.
My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely.
But there is no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Shores. We know of no other lawyer.
The voyage to London is still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer.
So, you manipulated me? What the fuck, Sholmes?
I've often remarked on the extraordinary lengths to which friendship will drive a man.
What? To fuck me over? Thanks, ass bag.
I was quite sure that you would rise to the challenge for your late friend.
I don't believe you.
But if it was all contrived, I mean, what happened was treated by the authorities as murder. A woman was mistakenly arrested as the perpetrator. What do you suppose became of her?
Naturally, I didn't allow the misapprehensions to have any serious repercussions. I subsequently explained everything and assisted the unfortunate soul in finding the foreign refuge she sought.
I seem to remember Miss Susato and I had some rather strong words for her.
Well, she was certainly not devoid of all guilt. She deserved every word, I'm sure.
I wonder if she made it to America then.
I'm afraid I simply cannot comprehend it.
Have you tried smoking bath salts?
No, because that would make me no better than Sean.
It is the most effective way to understand.
Why were you so determined to stop Kazuma-san from reaching Britain?
The truth is, 12 months ago, there was already a very tangible omen of the impending tragedy, you see.
Oh,
An omen that, at this very moment in time, is close at hand.
Ah! An omen of all these tragic events that already existed a year ago was close at hand? God, we really need to get him to rehab. We need to find out exactly what Mr. Sholmes knows.
This is hardly the time, Mr. Nighthurdo, as I'm sure you will appreciate.
Alright, do I need to show this man anything?
I do appreciate that your first instinct was to whip your sword out.
I mean, to be fair. Maybe I can pull
what
the
a
ears.
shocking, rapid version of Mr. Sean. Do you suppose this is how Iris sees it? Are you right, Mr. Naruto? Your eyes are veritably boring to the doll's head.
Oh, sorry. I was just wondering. What do you suppose would happen if I were to tug its ears with all my might right now?
I'm sure that we'll find out when the time is right. To become a proper gentleman, you really must learn some stoic patience.
But I want to know! Bullshit. Okay. Bleh.
I'll just present to him what he just gave you.
Really? Let's give it right back to him. Whack. There was no room for doubt with your instructions in this telegram, Mr. Sholmes. You were very clear that it was Judge Chijoku's office that should be searched, so... You obviously knew that's where the list of names would be found.
K. Asoki, A. Shin, T. Gregson, J. Wilson.
But we only learned of those 4 names just over 6 months ago now. What? And only because they appeared as part of the top secret government communications that were leaked.
That's true, yes. But at the time, you were unaware of the background. You see, those 4 names were wired to Japan around 6 months before that. Approximately this time last year, in fact, when you both were still in Japan. It really would be hypocrisy on my part to reprove others for intercepting state secrets. Because after all,
You're a felon too?
oh yeah, I'm perpetually eavesdropping on communications between British and Japanese governments.
You're perpetually doing what? How?
Never mind the details, but you should know. No secret is safe from Erlach Sholmes when he has designs on knowing it.
my, Mr. Sholmes, what a fabulous line.
Do not encourage this behavior.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Now, 1 month after that list of 4 names was wired to the recipient, Jigoku in Japan, Dr. John H. Wilson was murdered.
Ooh.
As soon as I learnt of that incident, a hypothesis rapidly took shape in my mind. As it turned out, I was partly correct, and partly mistaken. Nevertheless, it was the beginning of all the tragic events that were to follow.
Mr. Sholmes, please tell us all you know. Tell us about these 4 names and the tragedy, which they're all connected to something.
The 4 names.
As I said, when I learnt of Dr. Wilson's murder in Japan, my mind immediately turned to those 4 names. Because, you see, there was someone else on their list who I believe to be recently deceased.
What? Who?
A Shin, as it was transcribed in Japanese script. In actual fact, Miss Asa Shin. That was a familiar name to me. She was a professional killer, well known among London's unsavory classes.
Oh, I see.
But she had completely vanished from existence several months before Wilson's murder. So I came to the logical conclusion that she had herself been killed.
Nope.
And accordingly, I became fearful for the lives of the remaining 2 persons on the list.
Ah, Kate Osogi and T. Gregson.
Owing to our proximity, I decided to take measures to protect Gregson myself. But I determined it would be safest if young Osogi were to stay away from Britain.
So what you're saying is you just got hyped up on goofballs to try and keep Gregson safe by being an annoying dickhead, and then you just tried to send a Japanese student back to Japan. All right, cool. Ah, so that's why you went such lengths to prevent his study tour from going ahead.
Exactly.
So, you already knew who Kazuma-sama was, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh yes, Sholmes and I have exchanged correspondence for years. I'd recounted many tales about Asogi to him in my letters, and the news of Dr. Wilson's death, of course.
Haha, your dad's dead.
Damn.
So, Dr. Wilson is dead then? I didn't know.
Oh, Iris, you're still here. Shit.
I know he wasn't my daddy, but still, that's very sad.
I'm so sorry. You know the significance of the name, obviously. We couldn't bring ourselves to tell him.
Bring yourself closer to the microphone.
Oh,
What you just told us, Mr. Sholmes, doesn't completely tie in with the facts. There's one big hole in your hypothesis. You, an asshole. See? Did he die again?
A big hole, Mr. Naruhodo.
I'm just gonna hit the air horn, like, whatever.
I had to restart my mic system because
Ah.
my face was the correct distance from my microphone.
Yeah, no, because it sounded basically like he would start off like this, and then it would just go like this.
Yeah, no, I've been at the same distance from my microphone the whole time.
It's like, then again, I'm just imagining you like spinning in a chair, just like whatever.
No, I'm like playing Baldur's Gate and doing voice acting at the same time.
Hmm.
Yes. You mean about a session, I presume?
Oh, of course.
Exactly. She wasn't killed, was she? She was in Japan, posing as a visiting student under the assumed name of Giselle Brett.
I'm glad you're keeping up, my dear fellow. But I only became aware of that fact a few days ago, in the foyer of the Great Waterloo Hotel.
Yeah, you could have asked us. We would have told you.
Oh.
And upon hearing that startling revelation, the hypothesis that I'd formed surrounding these four names was completely turned topsy.
Yeah? What? Topsy? Can't imagine you. What if I just don't want to ask him about a Topsy hypothesis? What if I just don't want to know?
Then the world will never know.
I think the world would be a better place. Sometimes you shouldn't ask questions.
Mr. Shelms, do tell us about your Topsy hypothesis. I'm assuming your Topsy hypothesis is Mikotopa.
You know, there's something to be said that you and Sholmes have the same hair color.
His style is not that bad.
I hate to admit it, but you are right. He is quite spiffy.
Like, look, he is a deeply disturbed man, but he cute.
He is absolutely incredibly polished, but he's got an asshole like a clown's pocket.
I'm saying I can't fix him, but he can make me worse.
Where? Yo, what? Can we?
Wow. Can you not fucking call me out on any of my previous relationships ever? Holy fuck, that is so rude. You okay, Oni? What was up with the sudden outburst, dog? Are you feeling called out?
Where am I? Did we get lost somewhere?
What do you mean?
Where's it? Can I get a map? Where's the directions? We need to find the path. Where's the path?
Okay, so Oni, we're discussing Sholmes, and I made a joke about how he's got an
Please, just
ass.
press the button.
Do you want me to explain my comment about an asshole
No,
like a clown's
I don't.
pocket? I think it's really
No.
funny. It's
No,
worth another look if you know what I mean.
I don't.
I'll turn that blue eye brown. Turn that brown eye
I
blue.
hate you.
What do you mean when? How do you mean? When you say your hypothesis was turned topsy, Mr. Sholmes,
Fucking hate you. I can't.
what do you mean? What's wrong?
You stupid motherfucker.
Me? I'm not the one who's getting all goofy giggles about some sloppy toppy. Listen, just because Lon wants to honk his penis like a fucking clown's nose, doesn't mean you have to get all
Wait,
unprofessional.
Wait, no, hang on.
Step
Back-
Oni, I'm lost.
His ass is a clown car, and his penis is a clown nose.
No.
Don't
we're
forget
done.
he's wearing
Let's
clown
get back to
shoes.
here.
Lon's
We
like,
probably shouldn't
Ayo.
ask where the pies come from, then I suppose.
Oh, no. I'm sure there's many cream pies.
No, I had believed all 4 names on the list to be the names of victims.
Wait, didn't Oni start this?
I think
No,
he
I
did.
didn't.
Victims of what? His vicious cream
You,
pie
if you don't
attack?
press the fucking button. However, I was mistaken.
Hey, yo, let me see what them size 16 boats
swear.
be.
Very much so. Asa Shin was a killer.
Ain't that the truth, Dev? How's it
This
going?
telegram is a list of both victims and killers, is it?
Yes.
Indeed. It would seem that Miss Shin was dispatched from Britain with the sole intention of dispatching Dr. Wilson.
Why would you use the same word in a sentence twice?
I don't know. Her visiting student status being merely a front.
Imagine having one of the most dominant languages for centuries and still not understanding how it works. Couldn't be English.
Which would explain why no motive can be determined for her actions.
So the real yes, no, obviously the fake one. So the real reason Dr. Wilson was killed by Asa Shin is because he was the target of an assassination?
And forearmed with that knowledge, fresh consideration of this telegram puts the list in a very different perspective.
What does that mean?
Well, does not strike you. There's another among the 4, who subsequently became a visiting student.
Wait, you mean
But of course, a name you know only too well.
you mean Kazuma?
Oh,
He did say in court earlier today.
Yes, on the 31st of October, I accompanied Inspector Gregson to Dunkirk,
Murderer!
ordered to carry out a mission.
And the mission was?
The assassination of the Mark. Young Mr. Asogi accepted this mission a year ago now.
certainly not.
I'm afraid expulsion is the only answer, Miss Fishbone. It's the entire opinion of the Baltimore School Board that Dexter is criminally insane.
In conclusion, this document is a contract of sorts. An internal agreement, one might say, detailing an detailing an assassin exchange.
An assassin exchange? How could Cosmo possibly have gotten involved with something like that?
Let's
Let's assume that we have two parties, each wishing to dispose of a distinct individual. Those two parties then make a contract to swap their respective assassination targets.
Because there would be no logical reason to trace them back to the assassination attempt. I've seen this. Yeah, like throw Mama from the train.
That would be an assassin exchange.
An assassination, you say?
So to begin with, the British assassin is dispatched as a visiting student sent to Japan, where she kills her target. Then the Japanese assassin is dispatched as a visiting student to Britain in order to eliminate his target. Certainly does sound like quite an exchange.
But what on earth is the point?
Don't forget, Naruhodo, that the British assassin at least escaped conviction. Thanks to diplomatic immunity afforded by consular jurisdiction.
Oh yeah.
Such jurisdiction should be null and void under the terms of the new treaty between our two countries.
Oh.
So the fact that it was brought into play suggests intervention at the very highest levels.
The highest levels.
The highest level.
These murders were two sides of the same coin, linked not by a common motive, but by contractual agreement. As such, they appeared utterly unrelated, yet in truth, the assassins were complicit in one singular devilish scheme.
Oh no.
That disassociation and the safeguard of diplomatic immunity were, I believe, the motivation behind this plot.
You know? I was waiting for Sholmes to bring up his addiction to hallucinogens, but didn't think it'd be here.
But wait a minute, Sholmes. If this telegram really is describing the exchange of assassins as you're suggesting, it would mean that the Japanese killer's target was never Seishiro Jigoku at all. It would mean Asogi's target was actually Inspector Gregson. He
What?
just got to him before the fish did.
Cosmo was here for Gregson? So Judge Jigoku wasn't actually the mark?
Yes, that's exactly what it would mean.
I hold myself personally responsible for failing to keep the inspector safe.
Mr. Sholmes.
I told him of my fears and implored him to seek a transfer to an overseas position. Obviously, with the young pickpocket in tow.
Yeah, Gina.
Yeah, man.
Come to think of it, Inspector Gregson did mention that to us at the Great Exhibition. That he'd be transferring to the Paris police and taking Gina with him.
Without informing me, he engaged in one last assignment, it seems.
Yeah, I agree, Dev. I think Cosmo just wanted that greasy, fishy body all over him. I want to see if I can make Oni have a stroke on stream.
Why?
Be funny.
It doesn't seem like it would be that hard, honestly.
I don't know. I'm pretty not susceptible to strokes. And sadly, it turned out to be his very last.
This is too much to take in.
All right, everyone. That's quite enough of all that serious talk for one day. Isn't it early? I mean, look at the time.
Ah, quite right, Iris. We must conclude our preparations for tomorrow.
Preparations? What? Are you doing a live karaoke rendition of Bananarama's entire discography?
Well, I think I shall make my way back to my hotel room now. This has certainly been a night to remember.
It is a little bit sad, though. I mean, I like the idea of you being my daddy. Because then, Susie would have been my big sister.
I got no jokes for that one. That's bait. .gif. I'm sorry, Iris.
You could still be adopted. I know, Iris. I was thinking quite the same thing.
Stepsister, I'm lost.
Where are you?
But if somebody like me would be worthy, I would be delighted to become your sister.
What? Really?
Oh, yes, without question.
Then you'll teach me all the ways you know how to throw Uno on the floor.
Great. Hooray.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Excellent.
delay.
Wow.
Did you know that because it's judo, you can do it even at your size? It would even be more effective.
You know, you didn't have to agree quite so readily.
Ooh, but wait a minute. If Susie's going to be my big sister, you could be my big brother if you want, Reno.
Nah, I'm good. I mean, sure. If you'll have me, I'd gladly be your brother. God, this is strange.
Well done, Iris. You must always be mindful of feelings. I've raised you so well.
Because being sensitive is definitely your strong suit, naturally.
I'm going to work extra hard for tomorrow now. Because it's for my big brother and sister.
What is all this talk about preparing for tomorrow? Preparing what?
You'll just have to wait and see.
Oh. Like with a bulletproof vest? Am I preparing for a siege? Like, get a little bit of a hint?
I'm expecting a sterling performance.
I'll do my very best, of course. So the overnight break in the trial's proceedings became a crucial turning point, exposing new truths whilst posing new conundrums. That list of 4 names on the telegram in Judge Jigoku's office, and the extraordinary assassination plot in which my best friend had somehow become involved. I felt as though I had been plunged into an even greater darkness all of a sudden. But at the same time, I felt sure I would see the light again soon. Because I was lucky enough to have these fucking idiots. The most wonderful family in the world standing steadfastly behind me. Christ, can someone pass the insulin?
Yeah, I'll hook you up, dog.
Yo, you got that bootleg insulin from Canada?
Well, what's the use of being from Michigan if you don't have bootleg insulin?
I mean, to be honest, I feel like that could be a multi-million-dollar enterprise. Just be out there, going to Canada once a month, stocking up on insulin, coming back to the US, selling it for like Oh wait, no, we fucking standardized prices on insulin finally, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, because someone made a fake Eli Lilly Twitter account.
4th November, 9:30 a.m., the Old Bailey courtroom.
Anyone want it, or you want me to take it?
I'll take it. Before we begin today, I have a brief announcement. As with the closed trial 10 years ago, some astonishing facts have come to light in these proceedings. The revelation that the well-known Reaper is actually an organization illegally executing its own brand of justice, and the discovery that a respectable yard inspector was at its heart until he himself perished in an assassination plot. Well, I say to all members of the judiciary here present on this occasion that we will stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth behind these disturbing findings.
This man's speaking like he's not the one behind it.
I will throw anyone under the bus that is necessary.
Looking like a true politician.
Counsel, you will undertake this trial with the resolve to pursue the truth to the bitter end, unless it implicates me.
Resolve. Yeah. That's my intention.
Resolve. Yeah, that's the subtitle of the game.
Mm-hmm. Nice bowl cut, idiot.
My lord, if I may inquire.
The defendant may speak.
On what grounds is Kazuma Asogi permitted to continue in his role as a prosecutor?
Damn.
He has admitted to colluding with the victim in a plot to assassinate an innocent man. He shouldn't be enjoying the privilege of freedom, let alone be leading the prosecution. I submitted a written petition to Lord Strongheart.
Oh. Oh, is that all it takes?
He wrote a strongly worded letter.
Kazuma,
He's
aka
very-
Karen Asogi over here.
He is very sorry.
Requesting that judgment of my transgressions be delayed by 1 day. You did what?
Fucking kangaroo court, baby.
In today's proceedings, I intend to expose everything. My whole life for the last 10 years has all been leading up to this one day.
Really putting the term junk mail to use. Kazuma.
Whatever the outcome of this trial, I give my word that I will accept whatever punishment is deemed appropriate, however severe.
10 million years dungeon.
And I suggest you prepare yourself for the same, Reaper.
Okay, so bro admitted to killing Gregson, but like, why are we still trying Van Zeeks for Gregson's murder? Stupid British courts. Cosma is bristling with hostility today. I get the distinct impression we're heading into very dangerous territory.
Is that really even Kazuma-san standing before us?
Nah.
As an extreme exception to normal practices, I have granted the prosecutor's request.
Oh, thank you for showing extreme impartiality.
The defense finds this acceptable, I presume?
No, give me that shitty lawyer from the first trial. That dude sucked ass. That man was not cooking at all. Foolishly? Yes, my lord.
In that case, in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again. We will resume the closed hearing of Baroque Van Zee.
The defense is ready, my lord.
Prosecution is more than ready.
Very well then. This preamble has taken long enough. Prosecutor Asugi, begin.
As you wish, my lord. The prosecution calls the first witness to the stand. Bring Seishiro Jigoku to the courtroom.
At last, then, we've reached the final battle. He's putting literally everything on the line now in order to get to the truth. Come on, Ryunosuke. It's time for that steely resolve, because this is going to test it to the limit.
Witness, state your name and occupation for the court.
Who wants it?
Probably Shy or me. Shy, do you?
Try.
Yeah, I can do it.
Give me your best Canadian.
So it was you who issued this, was it, huh?
Your subpoena? I did what was necessary.
Well, look what the young man has become, huh?
Don't you know? Give it a little bit of that, that Minnesota zhuzh.
I didn't think I'd see the day when you take that tone with me, I must say.
The witness will ensure his responses are pertinent to the question asked.
My name is Seishiro Jigoku, a Supreme Court judge from the Empire of Japan, don't you know?
16 years ago, this man came to London as a visiting student. 6 years later, he returned to Japan. As well as presiding over the Supreme Court, he is also currently Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs.
I am, of course, fully aware of Mr. Jigoku and his preeminent role. I invited him personally to the International Forensic Science Symposium as a representative of his country. I hear he also played a key role in the conclusion of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation.
It's a great honor to be involved in the negotiations. I put my all into that treaty, huh?
Judge Jigoku, I must ask.
Well, I never. Fancy the young murdering student turning up here of all places.
You acquitted me yourself. And now I'm practicing a defense lawyer.
Yes, and full of self-importance like your friend across the courtroom, I see, huh?
You came here to London by invitation to the International Forensic Science Symposium. But then, without informing anyone of your plans, you took flight to France.
Took flight? I'd have to object to that turn of phrase, don't you know?
What, because you took a boat? Then explain yourself. What exactly were the circumstances?
Well, I was somewhat expecting this. And I'm sorry to say,
It's classified.
I declined to comment.
What?
Get bent, don't you know? Leaving the counter prematurely when I was an invited guest may be questionable etiquette. But my decision is unrelated to this case. I can't be bound to testify.
Unrelated, you say?
I appreciate that the respected police inspector has been killed, for which I do offer my condolences. However, being an alien, I'd obviously never met the man. How do I know the first thing about him? As such, I'm in no position to testify. It's as simple as that, don't you know?
So you would run from all this.
I beg your pardon?
Bitch, you heard me. This case is more far-reaching than the murder of Inspector Gregson. It has ties to another murder, a case that was tried in Japan almost a year ago now.
A year ago in Japan. The murder of Dr. John H. Wilson, you mean?
That's right. And you, Judge Jigoku, are at the heart of both cases. The defense has evidence to prove it.
Well, Ryunosuke, I see from the look in your eyes, it's your resolve to carry this through to the very end, too. Let's see your evidence, then. What proof do you have that Seishiro Jigoku is involved in this case?
This is a telegram detailing a communication sent between Britain and Japan approximately 1 year ago. The communication contained 4 names: Kei Asogi, A. Shin, T. Gregson, and J. Wilson.
Hold it. You little... Where did you get that?
Yo mama's ass. In Tokyo. From your office, Judge Jigoku.
What? How on earth did you...
What's this all about? Why is my name on that list?
This list of 4 names follows a certain pattern. T. Gregson and J. Wilson are the names of victims. Kei Asogi and A. Shin are names of assassins.
No.
A year ago in Tokyo, Dr. John H. Wilson's life was taken in a Western-style restaurant in the capital. The culprit was found to be a visiting student who went by the name of Giselle Brett. But her real name was Asa Sheen, a professional killer sent on a mission to kill from Great Britain.
I read an article recently by the character designer for this game, specifically about Giselle Brett's hat. It was excellent.
I'm interested.
I'll see if I can find it.
Ooh.
A. Shin and her victim, Jay Wilson.
And the murder that just took place here in London was the counterpart to that crime. An assassin sent from Japan, also a visiting student, Kazuma Asogi, whose victim was the British police inspector Tobias Gregson.
K. Asogi and T. Gregson. One assassin from each country to kill a target residing in the other.
What exactly is the defense suggesting?
These two cases of murder, one that took place in Britain and one in Japan, were masterminded by a pair of individuals from each country as a form of assassin exchange. And the telegram the defense has acquired is proof of this international contract to kill.
What?
I said what I said, bitch. The telegram was found in your office, Judge Jigoku. In other words, the mastermind in Japan was you!
Judge Jigoku? What's this all about?
And you, Kazuma, you lied. You're a dirty, stinky liar. During yesterday's proceedings, you acknowledged that you'd accepted the assassination mission. But the mark wasn't Judge Jigoku at all. It was T. Gregson, Detective Inspector of Scotland Yard, as shown by the name on the killing contract.
Very impressive, Ryunosuke.
You a hoe, Kazuma.
But actually, I didn't lie.
Hmm?
The name of the target I was ordered to kill never passed my lips yesterday. The idea that Seishiro Jigoku was the mark came entirely from you.
Don't gaslight me.
I love the fact that he's admitting to murder, but will not tolerate being accused of perjury.
Yeah. Big difference, huh? You deliberately avoided saying a name?
The defense claims these four names indicate some sort of international assassin exchange. I'm sure I speak for all present when I say the very idea seems utterly absurd and I had nothing to do with it.
Eat shit and die. Sorry, excuse me, sir.
Well, Mr. Jigoku, what do you have to say for yourself?
Wasn't me.
Shaggy defense.
His silence only goes to prove his guilt.
There's another very important point this new development brings to light. There's now a distinct possibility that the scene of Inspector Gregson's actual murder was in the witness's cabin aboard the SS Grouse.
Judge Jigoku, you have to testify now. To refuse would put you in contempt of court. Ooh. Is that like a fine?
There's no need for quite such a vicious stare, young man. Very well then, as a parting gift to you all, I'll tell you everything I know, eh?
It seems this Japanese gentleman has information the court must hear about the alleged assassin exchange, the events of the night of 31st October. Present your formal testimony now.
As you wish, my lord. Huh?
The assassin exchange.
It's true that Kazuma Asogi was assigned the assassination mission 1 year ago now. The target was Inspector T. Gregson, eh? That was the condition of the British study tour. However, in the end, something happened that meant that the young man was unable to carry out his mission. On the evening in question, a member of the crew was on duty outside my cabin at all times. I couldn't even sneak my maple syrup. If there'd been a shot fired, the crewman would have heard it, so clearly I can't be involved, don't you know?
So you admit it then? As this communication suggests, there really was an assassin exchange agreement. An assassin exchange arrangement between Britain and Japan.
Political endeavor at the highest levels. Not something I can discuss here.
To use such a worthy practice as a foreign study to coerce somebody to commit murder. It's most appalling thing I've heard.
Appalling? Well, it's easy to judge, don't you know?
Says the
Pardon?
Asogi had a reason for taking his sword to that British inspector, you know.
What?
Which is why he accepted the mission in the first place. Isn't that right, Counsel?
You don't know me.
I don't know you. That's my purse.
Kazuma-san?
Judge Chigoku, if you are the mastermind behind this operation in Japan, then tell the court the identity of your counterpart in Britain. No, I won't do it.
I'm not obliged to divulge that information.
Oh my god, I'm going to beat you to death in front of this courtroom. I hope you're ready.
You're welcome to try.
As I said yesterday, I've killed nobody. I freely admit that I accepted the mission, but on the night the plan was to be executed, I backed out. In short, this assassin exchange that the defense has identified as unrelated to the events of this case.
The crucial point is this. The police inspector can't have perished aboard that steamship in Dunkirk. Because if he'd been shot in the cabin, it's inconceivable that a member of the crew wouldn't have heard it.
That's right. Gregson was killed after returning to London, in the room on Fresno Street. and the perpetrator of the crime was the Reaper, Barak von Zeeks.
Sure.
The prosecution's accusation remains unchanged.
To think that a seemingly innocent foreign exchange program was a facade for such Machiavellian dealings that I had nothing to do. Clearly, it's a plot only a government minister and high-ranking judge such as the witness or myself could hope to execute, but I didn't do it.
Well, I seem to recall that it was someone on the British side who controlled everything.
Be that as it may, it's not the place of this court to pursue this villainous assassin exchange plot for reasons that are totally not my self-preservation.
I was gonna say, no, I think that's actually what we're trying to do here.
Get fucked, Council.
Eat my ass.
We are concerned only with the tangible events pertaining to the murder of Inspector Gregson. Is the defense clear on that point, Counsel?
Fuck off. Sure, my lord. I'll keep that in mind as I cross-examine the witness.
It's true that Kazuma Osoki was assigned the assassination mission 1 year ago now.
Hold it!
A year ago, when Cosmo was still in Japan then.
Correct. It was at the examination center for applicants for the study tour that I approached him.
I'll never forget it. Remember exactly what you said. You just came out and asked me forthright if I considered traveling to Britain on an assassination mission.
I have doubts.
Surely not.
I thought it was a joke at first, of course. But then, it was made clear to me that if I didn't accept, I wouldn't be considered for the study tour.
So you agreed to it? Just for that? I mean, I know how much you wanted to study in England, but assassination?
Yeah. I was gonna bring you with me so you could watch.
The Empire of Japan had accepted the proposal from the British Empire at the time. An agreement to send a student from each country to the others to deepen cultural understanding and friendship. We were even going to treat them to maple syrup and cookies. But behind the scenes, the chosen students were to be given assassination missions.
Japanese confections are delicious.
I had no choice but to accept the proposal that originated from my British counterpart. He's a real prick.
And it's
Why-
not me.
Why didn't you expose the plot there and then?
Good answer.
Britain acknowledges no part in these alleged misbegotten dealings. I advise you not to make spurious allegation, Foreign Minister Jigoku.
As a witness, I am bound to tell the truth, my lord. Anyway, I picked Asogi and explained all the details of the plot to him. The target was Inspector T. Gregson. That was the condition of the British study tour.
Hold up. Why Kazuma? Why did you pick him as the assassin?
He was the most capable of all the applicants, and in addition, I knew his desire to travel to Britain was very strong. In fact, it was almost more than a desire. It was his whole purpose in life.
Damn, that's sad.
Kinda is, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, as his best friend, I can certainly attest to that. The way he threw himself into his studies, the way he pursued becoming qualified as a lawyer, it was all ultimately for that single goal of being accepted on a study tour to Britain.
And of course, we know the reason behind that now. He was determined to find out for himself the truth about his father, Genshin Asogi.
There's nothing I wouldn't have done to get here. Be that agreeing to assume the role of an assassin, or betraying people's trust.
Well, you certainly did a fine job of betraying mine, Asogi.
But why was Inspector Gregson the target?
I have no idea. Those were the orders from Britain. I was in no position to question them. Plus, my face was full of ketchup-flavored chips.
Ketchup chips are
yo.
You have no idea? Really? I find that hard to believe.
Oh, do you now?
Judge Shikoku was once a visiting student here in Britain himself, of course. Perhaps he has some connection with Inspector Gregson from that time.
The defense really ought to catch up. Much like my potato chips.
With what?
With the fact that the assassin exchange has absolutely nothing to do with the case under scrutiny here. Yes, I've already admitted to recruiting Asogi. However, in the end, something happened that meant the young man was unable to carry out his mission.
Hold it!
I presume you're referring to the incident that occurred during Kazuma's passage to Britain in January. The awful tragedy that took place on the steamship. No more sneezes.
Word arrived at the ministry some 2 weeks after the ship's departure from our shores. The visiting student had been killed, but his body had somehow gone missing in Hong Kong. Sholmes traded him for pot or something, I suppose.
Hmm.
The news was wired to me from a detective I'd placed on the ship to accompany the assassin.
Obviously, Kazuma didn't die at all. But he did lose his memory, including all details about his special mission.
Did you not consider dispatching another assassin at that point? I'm asking out of curiosity, not because I am cross with you, because I am not your counterpart.
That wasn't possible, simply because that black-clad young student over there had already put himself forward as Asogi's replacement.
You know my name! Why?
And there was no way to stop him from reaching Britain.
Gah!
My hands were completely tied.
So Mr. Sholm's strategy worked perfectly.
He predicted everything that would happen.
Months later, my memory returned. But I'd never intended to go through with the assassination mission anyway.
So you were playing me right from the outset for you. That's it though?
I'd sooner be guilty of that crime than of taking someone else's life. I was prepared to do whatever I had to in order to get myself here to Britain.
This line of questioning has gone on long enough. All the court should be concerned about is the testimony given by the witness. Are details relating to his relationship with Inspector Gregson and the victim's murder.
In that case, as I've already made perfectly clear, I had no connection to the man or his death.
And you have some means of substantiating this plea?
Yeah, I guess.
On the evening in question, a member of the crew was on duty outside my cabin at all times.
Hold it!
Outside your cabin in the first class area of the SS Grouse, you mean?
Yes, that's right. At least because there was the murder of a student passenger earlier in the year, I imagine. The liner operators had taken to posting a crewman outside every first-class cabin door.
I can confirm the presence of the crewman guard myself.
What does that mean?
Because I accompanied Inspector Gregson to Dunkirk that night. I witnessed it with my own eyes.
Witness this, pants grab.
There was a well-built crewman standing guard directly in front of the door to the witness's cabin.
Yeah? Well built. What else did you notice? Whore. Yeah, why you got that slutty little waist, huh?
I feel like we shouldn't be slut-shaming opposing counsel.
At that particular time, of course, I'd gone to the ship's dining room for dinner.
Yeah, what was on the menu?
Routine.
The inspector and I asked the crewman to allow us into the cabin while we waited for Judge Jigoku's return.
I suppose Inspector Gregson was there in his capacity as the Reaper. He was intending to take the witness's life.
Exactly. As I've said numerous times now, I had no intention of killing anyone.
Oh, the gun just fired itself? So the crewman let two potential assassins into the cabin he was supposed to be guarding? Not the most convincing of sentries, really.
In truth, those are my thoughts, too.
Oh, don't fucking start.
But anyway, I stayed to talk with Inspector Gregson for a short while. And then I left him there and made my way off the ship alone.
Was the guard still at the door when you went?
Yes. He glared at me as I walked past.
What was his name?
Broke me off.
You see? That proves it. If there'd been a shot fired, the crewman would have heard it, so clearly I can't be involved.
Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh well. I know Kazuma's already admitted to taking on this incredible assassination plot, but even so, hearing it confirmed by someone else is still a real shock.
It's unforgivable.
Unforgivable.
Using Kazuma-san's feelings to manipulate him into agreeing with such a despicable plan.
Unforgivable. That's what you are.
Frankie cat. But I think Kazuma manipulated Judge Shigoku too. He completely double-crossed him.
Oh dear, it's hard not to see that as a stroke of brilliance on Kazuma-sama's part.
One way or another, though, Gregson ended up dead. I really think that the murder must have happened aboard that steamship.
So you mean...
That boy needs therapy. Judge Shigoku must be lying as well, less importantly.
I know I shouldn't let emotions cloud my judgment. But you must destroy him, Mr. Naruhodo.
I bet.
Objection!
Yes, as the court has heard, there was a crewman posted outside Judge Jigoku's cabin. However, we can be sure that, contrary to the witness's claim here, the guard wasn't there at all times.
What?
I have here a notice of a particular event that was scheduled to take place aboard the steamship on the 31st. And before you ask, it was not a clown orgy.
Where did you get that?
It's evidence gathered by Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
So
You
it was
were-
an opiate orgy, yeah?
You were acquainted yesterday, if you remember.
Herlock Sholmes again?
According to this itinerary, after leaving the port of Dunkirk at exactly 10 p.m. and for a period of 20 minutes, all crewmen of the SS Grouse were to gather on deck for an evacuation drill.
All crewmen were away from their posts?
And during that 20-minute interval, of course, any gunshots emanating from your cabin would have been heard by no one. In summary, Judge Shigoku, you had ample opportunity to commit the crime.
Objection!
A 20-minute window of opportunity. That's an excellent find, Ryunosuke. But it amounts to nothing,
Why?
because the witness clearly stated in his testimony that no incident occurred in his cabin. Unless you have some decisive evidence that can show his testimony to be false. Your accusation has nothing more than conjecture.
Very true. Battle Council?
Inspector Gregson was killed in Judge Shigoku's cabin that night. I'm certain of it. Because the defense has the evidence to prove it.
You will present the evidence for the defense at once, counsel. What proof do you have that the victim's life was taken in Jigoku's cabin on 31st October?
There's a tiny little stub sticking out from this small hole here. Look!
I suppose there must have been a little knob or something on that for setting the time.
In that case, seeing as we know the inspector took such good care of this watch, allegedly, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it?
Yes, of course.
Which could mean that there's a small part of the watch still at the scene, maybe. Oh, you mean like the one that we found in the same case as Judge Jigoku? You mean this bitch? You see these little things all over the place, don't you? It's the part on top of a pocket watch that you twist to set the time, isn't it?
It's called the crown, I believe. The watch would be quite useless without it.
The crown? Like what sits on top of a monarch's head? That's a very grand name for such a tiny part. But actually,
Yes, Mr. Naruto?
if this is a crown, I have a feeling I might have seen a monarch around here somewhere with a very bare head.
If by monarch you mean pocket watch, I'm quite sure you have.
Take that!
Judge Jigoku, this was found in your cabin yesterday.
What is this? The crown of a pocket watch?
A pocket watch?
And if you will observe, the victim's pocket watch, which we know he treasured, is missing precisely that part.
It can't be!
It cannot be! Moreover, this crown is a perfect fit on the spindle protruding from the victim's watch. Now, the fact that it was retrieved from Judge Jigoku's cabin tells us that the victim's watch almost certainly broke there. In other words, the victim was killed on the 31st during the 20-minute evacuation drill. In the cabin occupied by you, Judge Jigoku.
Well, you're razor sharp, aren't you, you young murderer?
Oh, now we're just gonna sling around words.
Expertly maneuvered, Ryunosuke. And your argument sounds entirely plausible.
Oh, quit being a bitch.
At first. But rather like this pocket watch. It's full of cracks.
What?
And I believe Judge Jigoku feels the same way.
I was wrong to acquit you earlier in the year.
Man, all these fucking flavors you got and you chose to be salty?
Not ketchupy. If I'd known that it would result in anyone having to listen to this drivel, I would have declared you guilty just to spare the world your ridiculous bombast.
Wow.
Wow.
I think it's clear that you, sir, are a dick. That this witness will have to give further testimony.
When you hear what actually happened in my cabin that night, you'll be jealous and notice the pitfall into which you stumbled.
Prior to your renewed testimony, I would like to clarify one point. I absolutely am not the other coordinator of assassins.
No way.
Also, the fact that this part of the victim's watch was discovered in your cabin means that you acknowledge he was there, I presume?
Yes, I do.
Very well then. You may proceed to give your formal testimony.
Next week.
Ah, shit.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
I legitimately looked at chat and went, didn't Dan go to bed?
Yes, Dan did in fact go to bed. Why?
Somebody was making Dan jokes in chat.
Oh, that's okay. You're allowed to have Dan jokes, I guess.
As a treat.
As a
Just
treat.
this once.
Yep. No music? Alright, fine. Fuck you, game. Back to title. Don't say. There we go. Excellent. Well, good job, everybody.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! We did it!
No, we still didn't finish it. Hooray!
Yay! We didn't actually finish the thing.
Still edging our way along. Dun, 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 bam, bam, bam. Ba-da-dun, dun, dun. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Do 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 do. Well, how much longer you think we got on it?
Longer than you
5.
suspect.
Probably, yeah. We're probably not
think
going to finish this until November, and then it just won't even heckin' matter.
It's probably gonna be, I don't know.
What is that you okay, bud?
Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
We could be done next week. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, fucking Boomhauer Jr. over here.
Well,
Fucking,
maybe I'll listen to it on Mag.
fucking Ed Bassmaster looking ass motherfucker. But no, that was pretty good. Luna. Anyway, everyone's like following. All right. Well, let's do some extraductions. They're still hung up about that asshole like a clown's pocket comment. It's Oni Heart.
I wasn't even. All right. Yeah. I don't know. This month I'll just be streaming a bunch of horror games because I'm back. Streaming horror games and the rigging process of the new model. And surprise, surprise, I already have sketched up a new design for a new Date.
I'm proud of you.
But anyway, if anybody's still going to be alive and awake, we're going to do the dungeon and chill in like, I don't know, 15 or so minutes.
Do you think you want me to hold and send some lurkers over? Nah,
You don't have to do all that.
don't give a shit. Either way, I'm proud of you. Good job. Keep up the great work.
Yeah.
You keep doing your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing.
They're lucky they literally live the furthest away from me. It's Chrisseries.
Am I lucky?
Very.
Hi, my name is Chris Rees, and most importantly, tell the people you care about them
how you feel because you may not get another chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ow. Shy.
What?
You know what you did.
I suppose I do. But, yes. Hi, I am Shy. Coming up, maybe this will be the week I finally actually stream something and get things going again. It'll probably be some 14, provided Square Enix doesn't go pants on head dumb during it and giving a bunch of errors. But, yep, from what I've seen, the patch is up, it's ready to download, but the game is not up yet, so, boo.
Oop.
But yeah, definitely look forward to stuff we've got going on this week.
Yeah. And last but not least, it's everyone's favorite Ether Bunny. It's Lon.
I'm an Ether Bunny?
Listen, there's
don't
like
support
there's
crypto.
so many ways you could spin that one. You could be like the
Oh.
Ethernet Bunny. You could be
Yeah.
the Ether Bunny, like Mike Tyson.
Oh, I like that. I
or
like
you could
that.
be
I
the
like
Ether
that.
Bunny. You know, like when you take too much ether.
Or you could be the Aether Bunny.
Yeah,
I
that
could be
too.
the Aether Bunny. But I feel like a Vieira should take that one. Hi, I am Lonnie Akea. I am a rabbit. And an artificial intelligence. And I don't know. I have other things in my shtick, probably. I play RPGs. I do long plays. I'm gonna start Like a Dragon soon.
Very
Please
good.
look
game.
forward to it. It is a very good game. So yeah, that's what I got.
I hope you enjoy 27 hours of Management Simulator.
I am looking forward to Management Simulator.
It's so
You do not
it's
even
so
know.
fucking good. No cap.
And be good to each other.
Exactly. In lieu of Sharky, be good to each other. For me, friends, I'm Kios. We'll call it a night. Sorry tonight was fucking up and down and I'm distracted as shit. Either way, tomorrow I'll probably... Tomorrow's another day. We'll figure it out, right? If you want to hang out with us, talk the toot, check out the Discord. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube, it is the best way to keep up with all the shenanigans that go on. I'm still uploading stuff from the weekend. But yeah, it's a great way to catch up on our casual playthroughs, speedruns, tutorials, whatever have you. Tea drinkers, check out our blends with our friends over at Adagio, proceeds benefiting the Trevor Project. If you want really cool, unique fucking jewelry made out of ethically sourced animal bones, check out my wife, Setsi. She's been working really hard and making some really cool stuff, so I'm proud of her. And if you want to support the stream through gifts and rig the cooking streams in your favor, check out the Throne wishlist. But for me, I'm going to call it. I got to restart the computer. I got to do data transfer. I lost one of the charms on my cell phone, apparently, so there's something to look for, I guess. But either way, thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday. I'll probably try throwing more world record attempts at the wall. And I believe we also have Frost. We also might do some more Silent Hill. Screw it. I'm an adult. And with that shocking announcement, we will say goodnight.